Dalton, Riley, Wolves and Wagers. The Western Conference leading Minnesota Timberwolves beat the New York Knicks 117-100. Rye, I'll kick it over to you.
Yeah, another great victory. Stay undefeated at home. Gotta love that. Kind of a group effort. It wasn't really a one-man show or anything like that. Everybody did their part, chipped in. The defense was back, which was encouraging to see because it had slipped the last 3 games or so. But my big takeaway is a New York Knicks ball team. I get that they're not the greatest offensive juggernaut, whatever, but they're a scrappy ball team and a tough team to play. You held them to under 35% from the floor.
Yeah, I mean, even you can take it a step further, 9 of 38 from deep. I mean, you're just not going to come in the target center and be able to beat teams when the defense is playing like this. And the nice part about the defense cooking is it can travel on the road as well, which makes you a really, really good regular season team if the New York Knicks were fully capable, right, of coming in and making shots. I mean, Brunson was still 3 of 6 from deep. RJ was 3 of 4 from deep. Randall was 1 of 6, which obviously isn't going to cut it, but they got guys who can make shots. They didn't tonight, and I give the Timberwolves defense a lot of that credit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. It is really good to see that back because that, like I had said, that has slipped the last couple games, and it was starting to get a bit concerning. But seems like they're back on track now. Do have some unfortunate news about Jaden McDaniels. We haven't talked about this today, so I don't know if you've heard or not. Chris Finch did say in an interview, he said it's not day to day, it's week to week. So not the most encouraging thing. It sounds like it's just an ankle sprain, but looks like it might be a higher grade one. So unfortunate news there with Jaden, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker came in and played some nice minutes. He played 33 minutes, and he's continuing to play good ball. Again, he had 11 points, 3 assists, 3 boards, was 4 of 8 from the floor, made 3 triples. Just really good, solid defense from him overall, and he's contributing on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this, and that was the biggest key. It was Jaden going down. Looking at the injury, I rewinded it a couple times because that was the biggest take from that game. And it just didn't look very good. So I do think we're going to be without him for a couple weeks. But look at the depth at that position, Ryan. You just mentioned Nas playing like this. We got no issues. But then you add Kyle. I mean, Kyle had 23 minutes tonight, 3 of 4. Did kind of exactly what he needed to do. I mean, 9, 5, and I think 5, right? Oh, just 2 boards. But I mean, you look at a guy like Kyle Anderson, when Jaden goes down, he's going to get more minutes. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but hopefully Jaden can get back soon, right?
Yeah, Kyle Anderson's the perfect plug and play guy. When Cat went down last year, he played a ton at the 4, and they were productive minutes. He started at the 4 for pretty much every game that Cat was out. Now he's going to see a lot of that 3 action, which he's more than capable of doing. He's kind of point forward. You can plug him really anywhere you want. He's like the fixer. He goes out there and provides valuable minutes. Overall, though, I wasn't not impressed with anybody. I mean, Troy Brown was 1 of 5, I guess. But outside of that, I mean, everybody shot fairly efficiently, right? They shot 51% as a team. It could have been better from three-point land. It was 32%.
Yeah.
But overall, not bad. Shake Milton finally starting to look like the Shake Milton that they went and paid $10 million a season for, or whatever it was, for 2 years for $10 million. Really liked what I saw from him. He had 6, 5, and 4, so he filled it up from the box score. Cat was 6 of 10. I'd like him to take a few more shots, I guess, but super efficient, 6 of 10, 25 and 4, and I think he also had 3 steals and 2 blocks as well.
Yeah, I mean, I look up and down this box score, and you just watch the game too. Minnesota just absolutely dominated a really good New York Knicks team. And now a lot of people are saying, hey, it's at home. You got to take care of business. You got to protect target center. But I still have to look at how this team is just playing. And, Cat 20, Rudy 16 and 23. And then Mike plus 20 in the box score tonight. I do not mind that. And when Mike Conley is playing like that and everybody else is doing their thing minus Jaden McDaniels, I still think this team is a top 4 seed in the West, right?
Yeah, that kind of just shows you what Mike Conley does. He was 3 for 9 from the floor, and he's had games like that this year where he's not the most efficient, but he's still just a plus minus box score monster. I don't know what it is. It's just the little things I think that contribute to winning.
Yep.
But we love him as our point guard as far as for this team goes. We're going to talk about a previous point guard that we like for the Timberwolves in a video that's coming out very shortly. But as far as this game goes still, I mean, overall, what a game. At halftime, I was getting a little bit nervous just because it was feeling one of those games where it's like, hey, you should be up by like 10 to 15 points. And I think they were only up two. They're kind of letting them stick around. And we've said it a ton of times this year, probably a game they let slip away in previous years. But they come out at halftime. They came out in that third quarter firing. I think they won the quarter by like 20 points or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Yeah, in the third quarter, 35 points alone is going to get you, you would hope, a lead. And yeah, we only gave up 19. So that's 16-point differential in the third. And if they continue to have third quarters like this at Target Center, I don't really see a loss on their schedule anytime soon. And that even leads into a huge clash. Ryan, if you got anything else on this last matchup, I would love to dive into the 76ers coming to town.
No, not really. I just do like want to give Rudy a quick shout out, 7 to 7 from the floor. I love that just because he had been shooting somewhat inefficient for a center's standards for the last couple games. So it's nice to see him back to his ways of putting the shots in that he needs to put in. But that's about all we have for this matchup. But like you said, huge matchup coming tomorrow, Wednesday into town. Big Joel Embiid in that Sixer squad, second out east right now.
Yeah, and we already talked about our MVP ladder, and you had two Sixers in the top seven on that list. So the Timberwolves are going to have to come out to play. We'll probably do kind of a preview of that matchup, and also probably do a Wolves After Dark, because this is a potential Western Conference final team and an Eastern Conference final team. Even though Joel has not made it and they've had their struggles, I think Maxey could be the guy to take them over the line. But yeah, stay tuned for those episodes.